kids galore in this song tonight. The family feel for the Demons. We know by staying over in Adelaide, they brought their families over with them, and they do feel like, for a club that's had a lot of off-field turmoil, to be quite united at the moment. There's a bit of a vibe about them, which we see that with premiership sides each year, that it feels like they're building towards something.
Yeah, and they kept telling us all off-season that they were, but we just needed to see it because the evidence had to be there, and now we have seen it, that they are a tight group that are on a mission this year to try and get back and win another premiership.
Perhaps answering some questions about their culture with each win that they get. All right, we're going to have a look at our Jim Beam player of the match, and it is none other than Christian Petracca. He was enormous tonight, such a bull in the midfield, and I think there were multiple times, boys, where you said it was his class that elevated him above all the others and made him look so much more polished than what the Crows were.
Well, it's class, it's strength. He's got it all. I find him a really enjoyable player to watch because he's normally incredibly clean with the ball. He's just so powerful a unit, and you know that he's going to do what needs to be done. If it means breaking a tackle, if it means using a bit of bursting speed off the mark to create some space, or a long kick, he's got all the weapons.
And we saw, I mean, this was a game where players sort of came and went with impact. You know, Fritsch had some moments, the defenders had some moments. He was the one constant from the start of the game till the end of the game. He was consistently bombing up, being involved. He had the 10 score involvements as well as the 8 clearances. So he's just got that beautiful balance, King. You've been able to do it on the inside, but then also helping the team score.
Every coach now talks about structure, not wanting to go away from what they're trying to set up. And this type of player has taken control of the game. That powerful, line-breaking midfielder that can go forward, kick goals, and be a forward half player. I just wonder at some point whether teams are going to have to say, we have to put a tag to this type of player because they are ruining games for the opposition. And he did it again tonight.
Joey, you've stepped inside our 0-11, had a look at a couple of examples where the Crows just weren't sharp enough.
Yeah, and it just, again, identified how Christian Petracca was able to have so much influence. I mean, 17 of his 29 disposals were in the forward half of the ground, and this is a plan that Melbourne have run with for a number of years. It used to be the Kane Lambert, Dustin Martin role that the Demons now go with almost weekly, and it's still surprising me that teams aren't onto this. So this stoppage, Neil Bullen was up at the stoppage, but he essentially plays a defensive mid. You can see him there at the top of the 50, which means Petracca can stay forward of the ball. And Adelaide don't get organised. They're one short in their defence, and that allows this easy walk-in from Van Rooyen to be able to set up an opportunity. So it's just a real strength of Melbourne. They're maximising Christian Petracca's strengths, have him around the clearance, but then have him winning his ball forward of centre.
But if they do this all the time, why aren't teams working it out, Joe?
Well, this is the situation. Look, there's Chase Jones right on Christian Petracca at this stoppage. There's Neil Bullen. So this is, again, the exact same situation that is constant. Melbourne win the football. There's Neil Bullen back as that defensive mid to support. And look at Chase Jones allowing Petracca to seep out the back of the stoppage, the front, and get forward of the ball again. So I'm not sure whether they don't plan for it or players aren't able to execute and follow through with the instructions.
Or are they just too young, some of these players, to be aware of what's required at every moment?
It challenges you as a team to be organised behind the ball.
So experience playing this system for Melbourne versus the inexperience of the Crows, it does pull you apart. It does take you... It only has to be 3 metres off those positions and you break down the whole group.
Yep.
And on that occasion, it's Jones. So Jones has played enough footy now to cope with that, you know, the mental side of the game. So that's just an error under fatigue.
Christian, you sit on top of the table and 2 big wins in Adelaide. You must feel pretty proud with what the team's achieved the last couple of weeks.
Yeah, it's been an awesome 8 days, really. We came here on a mission. We wanted to win 2 from 2 and 2 great teams. Port Adelaide, obviously, firstly, were incredible. And then obviously Adelaide, I understand they're 0-3, but they don't play like an 0-3 team. Their intensity and pressure and the way they moved the ball was hot. So our defence, was what we pride ourselves on, was I thought was incredible tonight. So yeah.
And we spoke to Goody before the game. We spoke about you guys last Saturday night, Port Adelaide. You stayed the whole week, Easter Sunday, family's over. Was it a different kind of week for the boys, and was it good just to get away and stick together as a group?
Yeah, we absolutely loved it. It was 7 days away. And these trips, it just feels like we just galvanise more and more every day we spend with each other. We went out for dinners, had lunches, played Uno, talked crap, played FIFA. I lost 14-0 today, so I had to put some intensity out in the field. It was awesome. We love these trips, as you guys understand. Getting away with your teammates and the staff, and having 2 big wins away is really critical for our season.
Who got you 14-0?
Clary. I had a red card early and 2 minutes in, and no mercy. It was ridiculous. Just call it quits, and he just said, you better not. So.
And you look like you're covering the ground pretty well. Body's holding up. You look fit as ever. You're getting back to your best footy.
Yeah, I'm feeling really good, mate. early on after the Port game, I was pretty sore and tired, but I had to get the body moving and, full trust in our high performance. Selwyn does an incredible job with us boys. It's the reason why you do the work in the off-season and pre-season for moments like this and big games on Adelaide Oval. And, it was awesome. I thought the intensity in both games was incredible, and that's something we pride ourselves on is our contest and defence.
And some of your younger players are really standing up. Christian, they're having great starts to the year. The depth is what's helping set you apart at the moment.
It's been awesome. Tom Sparrow's game I thought was incredible. And then Melbourne Instagram put up a post the other day of our back six. Other than Maisie and Jake Lever, I think 5 of those guys or 6 of those guys are not a pick under 30 or something like that. It's pretty good. Blake Howes, Judd McVie, Rivers. I know I'm missing some too, but Windsor, Chandler, they're just, it's awesome. It's really good. I think I got a bit slow towards the end of it as I'm getting older now, so I like that those guys picked up the slack a bit.
And everyone, when they're watching on social media, they want to know on track, right? You do a cooking show. Was it hard to cook? Have you cooked this week? You're staying in hotel rooms. Have you done some cooking?
Haven't cooked once. I've been actually feeling pretty crap, to be honest. Had no veggies, just had the buffet. And as you guys know, when you get away and on the buffet, you tend to eat a lot more than what you should. So apple crumble had a good serving the last few nights. So, but it's been good. I'm actually cooking tomorrow at the Adelaide Markets at 3 p.m. So doing a little appearance there. Hopefully cooking some stuff with some kids. So it'll be good fun.
Whereabouts at Adelaide Market?
Adelaide Market. So 3 p.m. till 4 o'clock. Cooking spaghetti and meatballs. So hopefully a few young kids get down and show some love. And
don't worry about the young kids.
Yeah, don't worry. We'll be there.
I'll bring some Tupperware containers.
Well, mate, you've been a star again tonight. It's been a massive couple of weeks for the club. Well done on everything you've achieved.
Thanks, John. I appreciate it. Thanks, man. Thank you.
Well done, man.
Thanks, boys. Appreciate it.
Every day when I've got to cook dinner, and I hate cooking dinner, I look at Christian Petracca's Insta and he's cooking. He is phenomenal. I wish he was my best friend and can just drop some food home. Christian, if you're available to drop meals off at my place, go for it.